The great problems we see in the world today will not be solved by people functioning at half capacity, cranking out work they don't care about in order to buy more things that will eventually rust or rot. These problems will be solved by people who have tapped into their deeper aptitudes and who are pouring themselves fully into work that's meaningful to them.
Welcome to Philosopher Insights, the podcast that delivers wisdom in minutes a day that you can put into practice daily and strive to master over a lifetime.
The podcast committed to sharing ideas that encourage you to bridge the gap between who you are today and the person you aspire to be in the future.
Hi, my name is Herb Lamba, and welcome to my podcast, where I will share practical insights from the world's best authors.
Knowledge isn't power. Applied knowledge is. The quest to become the best version of you starts right now.
The average man does not know what to do with his life, yet wants another one which will last forever. Anatole France. Principle: your body of work should reflect what's important to you. How much of your day do you spend doing work that you'll be proud of later? In his commencement address to the Stanford University class of 2005, the late Apple co-founder and CEO Steve Jobs exhorted graduates with this: I have looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something. He continued, remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life. Because almost everything, all external expectations, all pride, all fear of embarrassment or failure, these things just fall away in the face of death, leaving only what is truly important. Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. You are already naked. There is no reason not to follow your heart. The most common response that I've encountered when sharing these words with others is an immediate yes, followed by a numb look of, now what? The notion of blazing a path into the unknown is exciting, but it can also lead to a kind of purpose paralysis, fear of getting it wrong, or worse, the frustration when the daily grind of work doesn't seem to reward your pursuit of those flashes of inspiration. It can seem like fine advice for someone with no obligations, limitations, or baggage, but not for people living in the real world with grown-up responsibilities such as a family and a mortgage. However, engaging in deeply gratifying work does not require you to check out of life, pack your bags, and head off on a pilgrimage to India. It simply requires consistent, focused efforts to cultivate your instincts, your skills, and make measured progress on your goals. Brilliant work is forged by those who consistently approach their days with urgency and diligence. Urgency means leveraging your finite resources, your focus, assets, time, and energy in a meaningful and productive way. Diligence means sharpening your skills and conducting your work in a manner that you won't regret later. When you adopt the mindset of urgent diligence, you'll pour all of who you are into your days, and subsequently, you'll find that the unique value you bring to the world comes more clearly into focus. Just having a job is, in many cases, a luxury in today's economic climate. The nature of the work and the degree to which it fulfills a desire to engage in something meaningful is of secondary concern for many, and understandably so. You might be asking yourself, isn't it selfish to think about things like personal fulfillment and being in your sweet spot when there are so many people scrambling just to find employment? Absolutely not. The great problems we see in the world today will not be solved by people functioning at half capacity, cranking out work they don't care about in order to buy more things that will eventually rust or rot. These problems will be solved by people who have tapped into their deeper aptitudes and who are pouring themselves fully into work that's meaningful to them and valuable to others. Unfortunately, despite the often expressed desire to engage in great work, it seems that many people already sense they are operating at less than their full ability. A 2012 study sponsored by Adobe and conducted by research firm Strategy One interviewed 5,000 adults, 1,000 each from the United States, the United Kingdom, Germany, France, and Japan, about their perceptions of creativity and creative engagement. The study revealed that while there is an increasing expectation across all sectors for both creativity and productivity, in many workplaces, creativity is frequently subverted due to the increasing pressure to get work done. Globally, only 1 in 4 people reported they feel they are living up to their creative potential. What this sampling reveals is that when we have to choose between doing work we're proud of and just getting the job done, many of us feel compelled to do the latter. We know there's always more work just over the horizon, ready to wash over us like a tsunami. We have to settle for what's practical over pursuing what's possible so that we can live to fight another day. Thus, we save ourselves for tomorrow. But over time, approaching work this way corrodes our sense of purpose and our will to excel. We end up with far too many unexecuted ideas kicking around the back of our minds, and we eventually feel overwhelmed and stuck. We know we're capable of more.
You've been listening to Philosopher Insights with your host, Herb Lamba. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. To go deeper with me, you can register for free at www.philosopherinsights.com for instant access to a growing library of Philosopher Insights, which are 8 to 10 page PDFs plus 20-minute MP3s that break down my favorite insights from the world's best personal development books. To catch all the latest from me, you can follow me on Facebook at Optimal Herb. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.